Good morning. Okay, so last night we ended up I finished excavating my claim while you guys were gone, and so that's what you would see if you take a look at the last video. Let me close my apps here. Okay, so now I'm in the middle of nowhere. Well, not nowhere. I'm on a land area, and that's land area 59. So it probably belongs to someone. We could see who it belongs to. How could we see that? Let's just see. Is there a way to see? I think there is here. No. Pretty sure there's a way we can see the owner. But anyways. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here. I want to be going towards a teleport. By the way, to use the TP chip, you're going to need to a Psy implant. So let's find here. It's in the tools, or is it? An implant inserter. So I have a pain. There's a pain implant inserter, and I have a mind chip that's required to use Mind Force. So you have to implant that first, and then you can use different Mind Forces. I enjoy Mind Force. It's not the least expensive way of doing things, but still, I just enjoy that aspect of developing telepathy and teleportation, and also Mind Force will increase concentration, psyche, different aspects that I find important, because my view of a complete human or avatar or person is to be balanced and to have many different qualities. So at this point, these I'm gonna get on here. I'm just going to show you. I have a kinetic attack nano chip, teleportation chip, regeneration chip, combustive attack nano chip. I got a few of those, and then I got the synchronization chip. So okay, let's teleport. So as I charge this, I'll go shut my door. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so let's find closest road to TP. Now I could end up in a bunch of mobs. We'll see. Nope. Okay. Attachment condition too low. So I'm going to detach my amps that are burnt out. Detach attachments. So this one's detached, 0 ped. So this is at 0 ped. Okay, so let's TP one more time. Yeah, I would tend to TP more than use the vehicle. Then again, that's probably more expensive, but yeah, you do what you want to do. This is what the game's all about. I'm gonna land at Chinook Jungle, which is actually, if I remember correctly, that was a good place to hunt and mine a while back. I've hit a few globals and hops in this area in the past. Okay, so I'm gonna turtle my way towards the center, and hopefully in there's everything that I need. Yeah. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is start unloading my stuff. So I don't complicate myself. I just grab this, put it in here, and then I merge all stacks. Okay, and then I see that there's certain things that I can do. Iron ingot. An iron stone here. Okay, and there's stuff that I have been making lately, so just to show you, I'm getting some amp runs ready, and I know that I need as much metal residue as I can. I need basic sheet metal, and I need basic screws. So I've got 379 ped of basic sheet metal and 291 ped of metal residue, and then 161 ped of basic screws. But I'm gonna make more basic screws, and we're gonna use this opportunity to show you about crafting. Okay, crafting and not very high level, but basic screws. Let's go take a look at that. You see, basic screws is one of the top suggested ones. Standard locks. Okay, so let's look at the markup. That gives you a good idea of what you should be crafting or not. Now I see over the year only 46 ped of this standard locks were actually purchased or bought or sold. So, nah. Basic screws. My blueprint's at 37%, so it's got work to be done on it. But you see, it's always selling. Not at much, but there's the thing, is I don't need to sell it. I need them to craft. And I'll be using basic screws to craft mining amps for the mining amp craft run that I'm going to record. And then after that, we'll be able to go mining with the amps that we crafted. So that's the whole goal of what's coming in the weeks to come. So, or in the days and weeks or whatever. I don't have a time frame really, to be honest with you. I have other things to do in life. So sometimes I go a few days without showing up in Entropia. So basic screws, go to construct. Now, because they're screws, I want it to be on quantity and not condition. I want more screws than less. I don't want great quality screws because that doesn't exist in these things. So where would you use condition? On, let's say, limited items that you want to max condition on. So for example, I would be putting it up to condition when I create my amps, because I want my amps to be in good condition, and then if there's any overage, it's going to come back as the form of a global or even a half, if I'm lucky. So now I go, what I do is I set it up for 141 attempts because that's what I have available with the number of iron that I won in the global yesterday. And then I just click construct. And then I like to click this arrow right here. And what that does is show you the value. And so the highest crafting run will appear there. So I like to see from the highest to the lowest run. It also gives me a good idea of how my run's going. Now, some people craft, they'll start crafting, and if they see that the numbers are negative, they're gonna stop. And they'll come back another day. I wish I worked that way. I just go along and craft and take the losses. But at the end of the day, I want these basic screws. And if no one else makes them, I've got to make them. And I have the blueprint, and I have the material, and I have the experience, and my success rate's pretty good, so there's no reason why I wouldn't craft it. Now, I can't remember the last time I had a global crafting. I'm not on their list, that's for sure. Used to be that you get some a lot back in the heyday back when, before this update, back before they took away the economy and replaced it by like just pure straight ahead gambling and forking money and crafting explosive projectiles with no markup. People just fork in money and go straight to explosive projectiles, and then they hope for a Hoff. I don't work that way. I prefer crafting for items that I need to craft other items. Even though it seems like we gambled on the mining run, I don't like to gamble on everything that I do. So there are, you've got to see the difference between what's smart and what's safe and what isn't. If you've got the money to lose and until the moment that you gain enough to just go even, break even, that's good, but I don't. I can't go through many losses. I have a family to feed, and I'm not like a high roller. So basic screws, level 2, not a problem. So that's another thing. Like you don't want to be watching me craft for the whole time. Okay, so I'm just gonna stay here and craft, and we're gonna hope. I'm gonna put this on pause, let the crafting happen, and we're gonna come back and look at what happened after that was done. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the recording here and talk to you soon. Okay, so we're back at there's 17 left. Ha! So you get to see the highest craft, 31.12. That's nearly a global. It's actually pretty good, 31.12. So you remember we dropped a global in there, put everything through, and within that we got also 31.12 PED. So we're probably about at the same point we were. I'll take a look. And it came back in metal residue, which is stuff that I need, so that's great. And I had my coffee was ready, so that was a good opportunity. You like coffee? Okay, so run is done, and there was a 45.91 PED in metal residue. You see, that's been accumulated. Wow, that's a pretty good run actually. So yeah, let's have fun. Okay, I'm gonna go drop this into my storage facility. Here you go. And the basic screws, put them right here. Well, thanks MindArt for making this run a good one. Okay, now take the hunting stuff, move that in here. Okay, merge all stacks. Oh, I got some of this. And okay, anything else? Nope. Regeneration chip 6. Level required 8.9. Market value pretty good market value. I'm gonna go take that chip. I'm gonna put it on auction. I don't need it because I have a regeneration 7 and it's not even a limited, so I don't have to pay for markup. But you see, I paid a lot of money for this one. 644 PED markup. I don't remember what I paid, but I always put 7 days. I always put a buyout. And I always put it as low as possible so people bid on it. I used to be stressed, but I'm not anymore. And then it says month is 149. So, let's see. If I do this, 149, and I bring it down by 1, then we're at 144.86. Am I willing to wait that long? And if somebody buys it out like that, because you see 2.1k PED, that means enough people bought that out at one point. Let's take a chance. Like, if you want to make money, you got to take a chance. So I'm gonna put it with a buyout of 144.86, and if somebody wants it at 102, they can. So maybe someone will bid on it low, and it'll go for as low as possible. Then at that point, it destroys the markup. And it brings truth to market, and I'll live with that. I am a disruptor on the market, trust me. Okay, so that's put on. Now you see I have 0.80 PED remaining, and I picked up my money that I had. Like every day there's money from my pet flow center. On Sunday nights I get paid from the Entropia exchange. I've got some stuff at auction. 2 days left on all these things. Animal liver oil up here is coming out in 2 days. It's a close 300 PED. Simple 2 plastic springs, sorry, not strings, is 209 PED. So I've got some good money locked up in auction right now. Sometimes you gotta wait. It's like real life. Now I do have things, I could do stuff, but then again, you know, you just gotta sort out and make sure that you don't have money dormant for no reason. So it's a good idea to organize your inventory. Here are all my loot pills, my socket components, animal eye oil, there's 45 PED worth of. Let's take a look here. So I could be making some plastic springs, which could be a good idea, or conductors, simple 2 plastic rods. Okay, so liver oil, simple 1 plastic rods, and then here plastics. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's construct plastic springs. So basic crafting, like you've got to start with small items and then over time work your way up. And what you want to be looking at is markup. Can you sell it for a decent markup? Or will you be able to use the product to craft other products? In this case, with simple 1 plastic springs, if I'm not wrong, I can craft simple 2 plastic springs, and then I would sell it to somebody who's going to be crafting simple 3 plastic springs, because I don't have the blueprint yet. Now, I've been looking for it and haven't been able to buy it yet. So eventually, I will have it also. Or it's going to appear in my loot one day as like a bonus. You see, all these limited ones are ones that I've accumulated through crafting textures. This here to crafting components. And because they're components, I want it to be on quantity and not condition. We used to global a lot in crafting. Now it's not to be expected. Again, crafting is a relaxing. If you want to compare it to hunting, it's relaxing. If you want to compare it to hunting and mining, because some people believe that if you go hunting in places where there's a lot of mobs and you clear the mobs underneath, you may be able to find good minerals. Well, I have not adhered to that theory yet. I don't see much of a difference. So when you see little tools like that, that means that I skilled up, my skill increased. But lately I've seen that when I craft, I don't get a lot of skills. I don't know why. I don't get much of anything when I craft. But my success rate is pretty good, eh? Eh? Like Canadians say? I'm anxious for hockey to start. You see, that's my Quebec Nordiques shirt. Yeah, now the Colorado Avalanche, but my team for the moment is the Habs, so hockey's starting soon in Canada. In a month, the season starts, so it'll be, you see, at a certain point it stops. It wants you to come and click again to finish the run. It does that all the time. I don't know at what percentage. I never calculated at what percentage it stops. I need coffee this morning, man. So yeah, patience is a virtue when crafting is in play. But we're nearly done this one. Did you have a good sleep? I know I did. I'd like to thank you for watching the videos, people. I mean, I appreciate the attention, and hopefully I'm helping you out, or you're relating to what I'm saying. Hopefully you're having fun, because I am. I'm having fun. Okay, so you have been introduced to the anticlimax of crafting. What else do we have here? Nisset stone texture. Yeah, I make textures. I'm a texture maker. It's something that I aspire to. I've always aspired to design and art. And when I did my family tree, I found a lot of people from the Renaissance are my ancestors, like the Medici family. Not that I'm proud of that, it's just a fact. You know, you can't really change facts. And yeah, but they were a lot of they were patrons of the Renaissance, and they were behind many of the great artists. Without their money, these artists would have not been able to create. So shout out to my De Medici ancestors and brethrens and cousins. Okay, so let's see, did we create a few textures for that? Yeah, Nisset stone texture. Yep. Oui. Now, how did that happen in the Medici? Well, the Protestants were kicked out of Europe or ran away. And a lot of my ancestors were Protestants or Catholics that were cornered up against the wall there and had no choice but to go somewhere. Over 8 million people were killed during the wars of religions in Europe. And a lot of people in North America are refugees. They're not people that just invaded the natives. They're actually war refugees. And you know what? The new immigrants today, for the most part, are all war refugees, and they're all suffering because of the elite that are playing with their war games, the Germanic war games that have never stopped. Sacrifice at war is the way of the world. Anyways, thanks for my rant there, listening to me. So, okay, I'm done, and I'm going to just put in my merge all stacks. There you go. Textures. That should be sold soon. Here. Okay, now. Simple 2 plastic ruds. I like to gamble on those. Simple 2 plastic springs. I prefer that. Do I have? Yeah, I have it right here. Okay, so let's construct those. Oh, because I needed pancreas oil. So the higher you go, the higher the stakes. And the higher the stakes does not necessarily mean that you're going to be eating more steak. Okay, so look, that's what crafting is. Okay, so if you're into crafting, or if you want to develop your avatar through crafting, then you can do like I do and use the material that you mine and hunt to craft. Now you can be selective and use the resources that are online again to see what you should be crafting, where to mine, where to hunt. If you play smart, you can actually create a business for yourself. Okay, so yeah, so that was crafting for you after yesterday's mining run. Okay, so hopefully you're enjoying these videos, and I'll wish you a really good day, and I'll probably make more videos today. Take care, bye.